Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video was brought to us by longtime Patreon supporter Alix. Huge thanks to Alix and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Alix reached out asking for an enchantment and curses deck led by Aminatou Veilpiercer, and I was more than happy to build that for him. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Aminatou Veilpiercer is a 4-mana 2/4 legendary human wizard. At the beginning of our upkeep, we surveil 2. Aminatou also makes it so that each enchantment card in our hand has Miracle. The Miracle cost is equal to its mana cost reduced by 4. For those who don't know, Miracle is a keyword that allows us to cast cards for significantly cheaper if it's the first card we've drawn that turn. In other words, if an enchantment is the first card we draw, Aminatou allows us to cast it for a lot cheaper. Now, Alix asks that the deck feature leylines and curses. I didn't want to just toss in every single curse and every single leyline, but I did try to include as many as possible, along with some backup ways to win the game. The drawback with curses is that they only target one player at a time, but depending on the curse, it can completely shut down someone's deck. In other words, this is a control deck designed to keep your opponents in line. They will probably hate you for it, so be careful playing with this deck with anyone who takes Commander too seriously. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. I know I'm sponsored, so you may not believe me, but Ultimate Guard katanas are the best sleeves on the planet. They have gorgeous colors like these green ones, are durable and long-lasting, and an absolute joy to shuffle. Let Ultimate Guard protect your cards with katanas. Pick yours up today at your local game store, or order them on Amazon. Link down below. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of rank, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I'm currently streaming with my son over on Musings by Danon as well as Twitch. It'll mostly be Final Fantasy XIV, but you're more than welcome to pop in and talk about Commander. Honestly, about half my streams are talking about manga, anime, or Commander. Our land base consists of Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Hall of Heliod's Generosity, Arcane Sanctum, Dromar's Cavern, Flooded Strand, Polluted Delta, Marsh Flats, Arid Mesa, Scalding Tarn, Verdant Catacombs, Rafine's Tower, Hallowed Fountain, Watery Grave, Godless Shrine, Sea of Clouds, Morphic Pool, Vault of Champions, Deserted Beach, Shipwreck Marsh, Shattered Sanctum, Glacial Fortress, Drowned Catacomb, Isolated Chapel, Meticulous Archive, Undercity Sewers, Shadowy Backstreet, Bajuka Bog, 2 Plains, 3 Islands, and 2 Swamps. Not exactly budget, I know, but Magic can be very cheap with a printer. For mana ramp, we're running Demon of Fate's Design, Smothering Tithe, Black Market Connections, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Progress, Talisman of Dominance, Talisman of Hierarchy, Azorius Signet, Dimir Signet, Orzhov Signet, Chromatic Lantern, Mind Stone, and Omniscience. Lots of cost reducers and mana rocks. Our card advantage package consists of Metamorphosis Fanatic, Jace the Mind Sculptor, Mesa Enchantress, Curse of Silence, Curse of Surveillance, Curse of Vengeance, Curse of Verbosity, Vampiric Tutor, Redress Fate, Entity Tracker, one with the Multiverse, Moonblessed Cleric, and Rhystic Study. Of course we're running Rhystic Study, why wouldn't we? For interaction and spot removal, we're running Agent of Erebos, Thought Render Lamia, Leyline of the Void, Vanishment, Fear of Sleep Paralysis, Counterspell, Generous Gift, Swords to Plowshares, and Arcane Denial. Lots of ways to keep our opponents in line. Our board wipes consist of Devastation Tide, Terminus, Blasphemous Edict, Dam, and Cyclonic Rift. I know that's a lot, but we're not running a ton of creatures, so it's fine. The core of our deck consists of Archon of Sun's Grace, Ariat of the Charmed Apple, Grim Guardian, Underworld Coinsmith, Cruel Reality, Curse of Disturbance, Curse of Exhaustion, Curse of Fool's Wisdom, Curse of Misfortunes, Curse of the Restless Dead, Curse of Thirst, Curse of Unbinding, Torment of Scarabs, Trespasser's Curse, Temporal Mastery, and Sigil of the Empty Throne. Supporting our plan, we've also got Leyline of Anticipation, Leyline of Sanctity, Leyline of Singularity, Overwhelming Splendor, Spear of Safety, Extravagant Replication, and Ondu Spirit Dancer. Lots of fun shenanigans for our opponents to deal with. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 50 mana sources split between 35 lands, 14 pieces of ramp, and our commander. 14 pieces of card advantage, counting our commander. 9 pieces of interaction, 5 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate in Leyline of the Void and Bojuka Bog, 1 sudden I win card in Ariat of the Charmed Apple. Remember, Ariat of the Charmed Apple drains our opponents based on the number of auras we have. Curses are auras. In other words, not only are we cursing our opponents, forcing them to sacrifice creatures or making all their creatures into 1/1s, we're draining them out, bringing the game to a deliciously horrible close. Of course, if that doesn't work, we've got enough enchantments in our deck to trigger our token generators. We can just overwhelm our opponents with an army of angels or Pegasi. And if things get out of hand, we've got enough board wipes to put our opponents back to the Stone Age. Do you have an Aminatou Veil Piercer deck? What direction did you take the deck in? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to Meredith Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus Brett, Roxy, Alex, Borgi, Nazwan, Konga, Aaron, Chris, Robert, Austin, William Pye, Kazaris, Booksu, Patrick, Travis, Naffy, Noodle, Tiz, Art, Kiki Jiki, Gabriel, and Richard. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.